Glad to be with you today. Those of you who have heard me present, I've done a couple of large presentations so far at the beginning of this year. I'm really excited about the Solera product line this year. 3 reasons why I'm excited, and we're going to talk about 2 of them on this Pro Workshop. So the first one is that we have a bunch of new products coming out this year, and this is the first one of the year. We're excited to launch the brand new circular post top, a nice pathway light to use in your parks and rec applications, in your municipal applications, and even for some residential and multifamily applications. We also have improved performance on many of our other Solera products throughout the product line. And then, of course, inventory has always been an item of concern for distributors and for our reps on the call. And you'll be happy to know that we have nearly $2 million in solar inventory available for you all to sell. So let's talk about this cool new product. And I'm going to share my screen and bring up a spec sheet that shows you what this looks like. So this is our new circular post top light. It is designed to be used in, again, municipal applications. We have greenways, bike paths, walkways, in downtown environments where you have, again, parks, pavilions, things like that. And then, of course, you can use it in any residential application. It's a really nice, bright light, 2,500 lumens, and is designed to be mounted on a 3-inch pole at a height of anywhere from about 10 to 18 feet in the air. So somewhere between 3.5 and 5 meters. One of the cool things about this product is that it has a bunch of different operating modes. So it can be set to operate at a constant output throughout the day, or it can be set to incorporate the use of a motion sensor so that it can have bi-level dimming. And that way you can maximize the life of the battery. We're going to be stocking this product in 2 color temperatures, both 3000K and 4000K. And the reason why we're doing that is that we're hearing from a lot of you that local municipalities are starting to adopt new exterior lighting requirements, some incorporating dark sky requirements that require that you have warmer color temperatures for your exterior lighting. So we're starting to bring this into inventory in both 3000 and 4000K so you can meet the different needs of different customer types. These are expected to be in inventory in just a couple of days. We're unloading the container that they came on, so you should see them show up on our inventory report and be available for sale in just a few short days or by the end of next week. I happen to have the product behind me, and I'm going to show you a couple of things on it just so you can see what it looks like. So here's our new circular post top. This gives you an idea of the scale of the product. Here's your solar panel on top. Here's your light engine underneath. Couple of things that I want to point out is here's your motion sensor that you're going to use when you're operating this in the motion sensing mode. But one thing that's important is right next to it is a little on-off button. When you get this thing out of the box, you want to press that on-off button. That'll tell the solar panel to start charging the battery. And you see your LED indicator here blinking red, telling you that the battery is being charged. When this thing lights up at night, that LED indicator is going to change to green, indicating that it's appropriate operation for the fixture. And then as the battery starts to drain, and now I'm blinding you. As that battery starts to become depleted, that blinking green will become a fast blink to let you know that the battery needs to be charged. So again, we've got this coming into inventory in just a couple of days. I am available to help you with any product application questions or sales calls that you need me to go out on, and looking forward to working with you all as you get launching with this product. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Chris. Great new product from Solera Solar Lighting. Appreciate you running that through with everybody. And like Chris said, just the first of more new Solera products to come. But now for the next product that we're going to talk about, and before we get to it, I want to just talk a little bit about the history of LBI. So let me share this PowerPoint with you guys. So the origins of LBI, where did it come from? So the product on the left is a product that we call our LBE, or light bar external drive, used to be called Bar Kit J when our companies first got together over actually just 5 years ago now. But this bar kit was commonly sold in the federal government space by REMFOS. We've actually got well over millions of these installed in the field. There's a picture of one of the Air Force bases that we retrofitted, and then a VA hospital that we used the bar kit at. And the bar kit has become a little bit of a common product out there. There's certainly a handful of manufacturers that offer a remote driver, so kind of a type C type option, but you can do anywhere from 1 to 4 bars, 2 feet to 4 feet in length, and match it up with a driver. Gives you dimming capability, along with some other benefits. But we had some installers in the field that loved the product, used a bunch of it, and said, it'd be a lot easier if you guys could just incorporate this driver into the lamp. So that feedback came to David Gershaw, our Chief Innovation Officer, and for a couple of years he tried to figure out how to make that reality come to light. So then the LBI, or light bar internal drive, was born, and we launched that product in 2019. And see the picture of it on the left, and you can see kind of the part of the driver there showing, but that's where you would connect one bar to another. So not only do we incorporate the driver into the bar, but we made it so that it was linkable. And I think the linkability is one of the things that people really grew most fond of, was that you could take one incoming power feed and you can connect up to 40 bars, 44 footers, so almost 160 feet of light, all from that one source. And here's a couple early photos. So there's our Middleton Innovation Center and our light bar cafe, where we've got the LBI suspended mount. We've got different lengths ranging from 4 feet all the way up to, I want to say, 13 feet. And then you've got cove lighting. So I would argue that LBI is the best solution for coves, and we've heard that from many out there. So and then the LBI just continued to grow, and this is actually a new piece showing the versatility of the LBI. So how do you LBI? So on the left, you've got some really common ones where we've had a lot of success doing suspended mount in some retail applications, cove lighting, continuous run in like a warehouse type space. Also, just a continuous run in a classroom type setting along the T-bar. And on the right side are what I would say maybe a little bit more unique situations of where you can use LBI. So you can use it in some coolers, signs, under cabinets, stairwells, throw an occupancy sensor on there, and display cases. So this is a new piece that we just created. If you're wondering where you can find this, you can go on our homepage, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see it there in key marketing materials. Or you can go to resources and then go down to key marketing materials, and it'll be on that page. And then on the bottom right, or on the back of this sheet, you've got a QR code that you can scan to see the full list of LBI accessories, because we also listened to our customers out there, and we added a lot of accessories since we first launched this in 2019, and just really enforces that versatility for the LBI. So the reason that you guys are here, in addition to hearing about Solera and trying to maybe win a gift card here at the end, but is to talk about LBI Max. And again, feedback from the field was, we love the LBI. There's just some applications where we wish it gave us a little bit more. So that's exactly what LBI Max is, a little bit more. So, and to talk about that, we have Nick. Nick's been with us now coming up on a year. We're getting close to the 1-year anniversary. But Nick's got a wealth of knowledge in the lighting space. He's an inventor, a creator. He's a product manager for us, but he brings a lot to the table, and we're happy to have Nick on board and managing the LBI Max. So,
cool. Thanks for that really nice introduction, Doug. So for those of you that haven't met me before, it's really nice to meet you guys, and hopefully we'll see you in person sometime in the future. I'm really excited about this product line. The LBI series, when I first came to Remfoss and LED Light Efficient Designs, it was really cool, and one of my favorite things even before I started working here. So to be able to make this product and grow has been really exciting. So to just start it off here with some of the basic features of the LBI Max. It has flex watt, flex color, as we like to call super flex, where you're going to have 30 watt, 35, 40, and 48 watt from a select switch, and we'll show you where that is in just a second. But you also have the option for 4 color temperatures: 3000, 35K, 4K, and 5K. We've listed the lumen amounts down there below, and as you can see, some very familiar lumen amounts for some 2-lamp T8s, some 3-lamp T8s. There's a lot of really great options that this fixture can replace out there in the field. So yeah, keep that in mind when you're looking at options out there. And as you can see, they're in stock. It's super exciting. So. So the stock configurations that we're going to have are these 4 for right now. We're going to be adding some more in the future, and you'll hear more about those as they come in. But right now we're offering 4 different configurations. The first one's kind of the basic, run-of-the-mill one that most people use. It's just standard wattage selectability, color selectability, and a 4-foot configuration. The next ones down are basically adding an OCC sensor, so like a microwave occupancy sensor. We're having an EM backup, which is 500 lumens. It's a 4-watt backup. And then the combination of those two, which, if you guys have stairwell applications, this is the perfect fixture for that. The OCEM2, so there's both the EM backup and the occupancy sensor built into the fixture. And unlike LBI, because of the size of the housing, we were able to fit all of that stuff inside the housing of the fixture, which is great. You can see kind of some of the other bugs we have laid out there on the spec sheet. A 10-year warranty is obviously a huge selling point. We're able to do 0 to 10 volt dimming internally, and then you have all the other specs there as well for the different features of the product itself. Here's some size comparisons in case you guys were wondering. It is actually 48 inches long because we do treat this more as like a strip fixture, not just as the LBI, which was both a retrofit and a fixture. So it kind of had to be a little bit shorter to fit in some spaces. The profile of this thing is about 2.5 inches by 3 inches, so it's about double the size of the LBI, but double the size, double the brightness, so that's a good thing. There are some alternate configurations that we are able to get. We don't stock them at the moment, but we might be stocking them in the future. And those 2 that I want to really call out are the ones at the bottom of that list shown on the right side there. The OCBT, this is a brand new microwave Solera control, so it's a Solera ready mesh control with Bluetooth that we have available for it. And then also just a basic Bluetooth mesh Solera controlled module. So you'll be able to actually have that put inside the fixture, and it'll be ready to be controlled by the Solera app and any of the Solera devices that are ready. Pretty exciting. So as you go into the different types of controls, one thing I wanted to make sure was really clear to everyone is what remotes work with which fixtures. So on the spec sheet, we have it laid out here where the OC is our IR12 remote. This is the microwave motion control. This is pretty standard. We use this a lot with our LS strip fixture. There's an option for this with our LiveC. It's a pretty common remote that we use. If you want to use an RF groupable remote, you'd have to actually have a different sensor installed in the fixture, but just like the LiveC, we can do that. It's something we can do for you on the back end if need. And then once you start to get a little bit more advanced, as you see the picture, the app there, that's actually controlled by the app itself. So that's Solera app that we show there. So it kind of shows you the different configurations that are offered and the different remotes and control surfaces you'd use to set them up. So hopefully that gives you a nice clear idea of what remotes you'd expect to use with the different configurations that you're going with. And of course, with the basics one without any sensors or anything, you don't need a remote. So you're good. Next one. So one of the questions that keeps coming up, at least should have come up a couple of times, I'm sure will go away the more people use them, is how we actually open the lens. This is a friction fit lens, so it's really meant to be very streamlined and very beautiful, so it doesn't have a lot of marks on the side. If you're familiar with our LS series strip fixture, there's 2 little clips on the side that you push in. With this fixture, we actually decided to have a friction fitting going the entire length of the lens, so you actually just squeeze the corners with your fingers and it'll pop right out. It's normally you want to aim kind of for the sides and just give a little squeeze, it literally pops right open. So it's really not very difficult, and I know I've been doing this to you guys for a while now, showing how it opens and how easy it is, but I'm really telling you, as long as you hit it at the ends and you squeeze both sides or one or the other, it'll pop right out. There's some safeties inside the fixture to catch the lens, so you don't have to worry about it falling or dropping. And they are shorter than the actual control wires and everything they're going there, so you don't have to worry about that. But either way, it's definitely a very easy fixture to open. Once you do open it, you can see there's a little board there. I circled it, or I put a square around it in green that has your wattage and color temperature settings there. We have a little sticker there showing you which ones are which. And you can actually set the fixture up. One of the things we wanted to do again with this fixture is to give it a little bit more of an architectural look. So we decided to put the switches on the inside and really keep it nice and clean and smooth. So that's where you go to look for that. You're okay. So just talk about other included stuff that comes along with the fixture. This item will actually come with V hangers. If you're familiar with those with a lot of common strip fixtures and high bays. We're including those in the box for you. That way you can natively chain hang it right out of the box. You don't have to worry about buying a bunch of extra stuff for it or whatever. So we've included those in the box for you. It does come with a bunch of wire nuts and some drywall screws and some actual screws there, so you can affix it to drywall or any other surfaces you're looking for. And then we do include a junction box cover. If you're going on top of a junction box and you want to clean it up and make it look really pretty. And then the final thing is that the end caps. These will actually come included in the fixture. If you look at the picture on the right side, they're actually covering the end caps versus the fixture on the left. You can see there's no cover over the cap. And I'll go into the reason why we do that here in just a sec, but just know that those are included and they're actually on the fixture itself when they're shipped. So you're going to expect to see that. And of course, you get the LBI Max in the box too. So that's a part of the whole fun. So how do you power this thing? How do you hook it up? There's a couple different ways, just like LBI. You've got your inline power cord. You've got your standard switch power cord that's only for 120 volt. This uses all the same plug accessories, like power accessories and linking accessories as the LBI. So power and the linking cables and stuff like that is all meant to be used with this product. So you can definitely use those to hook it up and everything. But one of the things that we decided to do with this item is, because it is more of a strip fixture, you can go to the next one, is to offer a hardwired option as well. It was something that the LBI itself wasn't able to do. So we decided to add it in this one because there's a lot of strip fixtures that are hooked up in this way that they don't need linking hardware or power cords or whatever. They can hook right up to a box. So on the inside of the fixture, we include some leather nuts for really easy connection inside the fixture, and you can hook this up in there. And the nice thing about this is, if you want to start the chain, the linking chain with this item, you can do it with the fixtures on the inside. So it's pretty much ready to go out of the box. There's a big yellow note on there, just something to note. If you do end up linking that way, just want to make sure that the input cable keeps a dead end on it, just so you don't have anybody getting any issues with that. So that's something when it comes to wiring, just keep that in mind. Can you go back for just a quick sec? So one last thing I just want to show, the dead ends on the sides, the picture on the right side, all it requires is just a little screwdriver to pop it out. And we made sure that it was nice and tight in there, so it's not just going to fall out. There's a handy dandy little Remfoss screwdriver. You can just pop the end cap right out and it'll be ready for linking. So you'll be good to go. Some of the other accessories we're offering for this product are going to be some linking hardware. There's a surface mount kit right there. We also have a suspension linking kit. That one can work with your V hangers that are included in the box. Or if you want to go a little more fancy and have some aircraft cable hangers, we do have the next one down, which is a kit that includes both the suspension linking kit and the aircraft cable. Both of these kits, all of these kits do include a seamless connector, so you'll be able to link the two fixtures together. So the next slide shows a little bit of kind of what this would look like linked together. You've got your surface mount right above there with the linking connector. So they just slide together and it looks nice and clean. Below is an aircraft cable mount. You can see how you got 3 connectors there, and you know how the general rule of thumb with aircraft cable mounts is you want to have one more mount for every fixture you have. So if you've got 2 fixtures, 3 mounts. And that you can very easily set that up by just adding one kit and then ordering a linking kit, and you should be good to go. So that's a good picture of that. We do have just a standard aircraft cable kit if you do want to order that separately just by itself, and a pendant mount kit as well if you really want to make it look very, very fancy and cover up some of the wires, or you have a pendant mounting environment. There's a lot of linear strips out there that are hung with pendant mounts. This will allow us to kind of address that environment. And of course, the seamless connectors are available for it. If you don't want to have them dim, or you can just choose the color of the plastic there and you're good to go. So this is an example of the aircraft cable mount hung. You can see how there's a little hole in the center there to hold the whole thing up and keep it looking really nice and pretty. And unlike the LBI, that you don't need a bracket or anything. The fixture itself is actually the bracket that'll hang the aircraft cable mount from it. If you are linking it, obviously you will need a bracket then. But in this case, if you just hang in one fixture, you just need 2 mounts and you're good to go. And then the pendant mount, as you can see, it attaches through 2 holes in the sides and is able to hold the fixture up really strong and rigidly. And it also gives you a nice little spot to hide some of the wires or extra wiring that might happen from a pendant mount. One thing I wanted to make sure to show really clearly on this one is how these guys link, because this is, I've hung a lot of linear strip fixtures in my life, and this is by far one of the fastest you can ever put up. And the reason is because of how fast it can link. So I'm just going to take you through a really quick linking situation and how it goes. Basically what you do is you put the linking bracket on the fixture it's already hanging, tighten down the screws, not all the way, just like maybe maybe 3 or 4 turns before it's ready to be fully tightened. And that way the bracket's a little bit loose, because you do want it to be kind of flexible when you slide them together. You take the seamless connector and insert it into the output end of the hanging fixture. And then you take the other, you obviously have to remove the dead ends from both of those fixtures. And then the one that you're adding in, remove the dead end as well, and then slide it in and line it up with the seamless connector. Thank you. And they should click right together. And you'll notice even in that capacity, they're pretty rigid. And I wouldn't like rip them around or anything, but they're good to hold for a little bit while you put the other 4 screws back in up top. Make sure all 8 of them are nice and tight. And now you have a very rigid connection between the 2 of them, and your wiring is done. So you can very quickly and easily hang a series of 10, 15 fixtures in probably about 15 minutes or so. It's a very, very quick procedure to do. I knew this before I started with this when we were developing this product, and then once I actually did it, I was just blown away how fast it was. So yeah. So here's some really cool applications. Our marketing team put together a really awesome flyer that shows off all the different applications that this guy can be used in. Obviously, there's tons that we probably didn't cover, but here's some really basic ones and showing some accessories that you can kind of pair with them. In this first picture, it's kind of a retail grocery location. They've got some linear strips mounted up in the ceiling, and they're kind of spaced out to make kind of a cool architectural pattern. They may have also spaced them out to kind of conserve buying fixtures or whatever. This can totally be done. If, let's assume those are 8-foot fixtures up there, you have a surface mount link. They're probably hooked to some like unistrut or something, and they have a linking cable linking the fixtures together. So you kind of have a little bit of a mishmash up there, but at the same time, it's definitely possible, and it looks really cool. If you go to the next picture, this is more of like a grocery store, also retail environment. This one's definitely using some aircraft cable with some suspension linking kits and our seamless connector. You can do like a long run that way and really make that nice clean strip all the way down. One of the things that really is going to be good about this fixture, by the way, to just take a little sidebar on this, is that the LBI Max has a little bit wider of a lens than most standard strip fixtures. So it's going to give you a lot better lighting on these taller shelves and these sort of environments that want to have much more consistent, even light going up the sides of the walls of either the shelving or whether it's a warehouse or whatever. So this is a really great example of where you could use those things. Another really cool, I just talked about it, but hardware stores, really good. Hardware stores will commonly have pennant mounts in there, or some type of a more dust repellent mount that kind of keeps the stuff clean. So occasionally you'll see pennant mounts in there. And in this situation, we wanted to show you how it could look. And in reality, it's really just lining these things up and making them look really pretty in a big long row. And our pennant mount is very capable of doing that. This is why one of the reasons why we offer the linking kit without the aircraft cables is because the whole thing could be supported by the pendant mount as long as you have a pendant mount, every 2 fixtures or so. Lastly, we got a warehousing situation where we're using our included aircraft cables and seamless connector and then a linking cable. This is really a budget solution to be able to do, and it saves the installer and project a lot of money, because you're able to use the stuff we include in the box and then use our standard linking hardware to really combine the whole thing to make a really cool fixture that would normally cost a lot of money. So. Last but not least, they are in stock. I know I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. The linear strip standard configuration is 2,000 pieces in stock, so we are ready for you to order. So I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with out there.